I just passed my FTMO challenge phase 2. That's right, my phase 2, which now means I'm funded by FTMO. I ended up sharing this whole journey with you guys transparently. And what I mean by that is, I actually bought the challenge, showed you guys from day 1. I also showed you week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and a week 5, which I ended up failing the first time on week 4, and then week 5 I ended up passing in the second day. So in this video I'm going to show you week 6 of my FTMO challenge, and that week 6 basically means every single trade I took everything on this phase 2. Now I must say, in this week 6 video, in this video today, this is probably the best trading I've done in a long time. And this is imperative to, before I even start this video, is to understand that failure is a part of success and that you learn from your mistakes. And because I was able to fail, because I was able to recognize this, and you guys should really take this away as well, is find more of what you're doing right and less of what you're doing wrong. And then sooner or later, the tip of the balance of that scale will favor into profitability, becoming the person you want to become, and winning in all realms. And now I shouldn't have to address this because I show everything transparently, from my FTMO statement, my FTMO journey, the C trader, 2.5 million funded, over 300k in payout, showing you every trade, everything. Like, you cannot make this up. And there are still doubters. So I wanted to basically prove even, well, not even more, is that it's on the FTMO dashboard, which is from week 1 to week 4. It showed you everything. You can't fake that. I then bought the challenge on just the day before I failed, and I knew I was going to fail, hence why I bought it the day before. Now, if that's like some sort of, people will always, I guess people will always try and find some reason, but like, I think why I get frustrated is just like Bernd. We, like Bernd Skorpinski, we are doing everything transparently. We are showing you everything for free. We're not asking you for anything. I'm giving you all the information, showing you the journey. And to be honest, the main goal of this is inspiration. Why? Because how it and what it means to me, of why I'm doing this, is because the payout is now, I can say in this video, is going to my mum. And what I'm gonna do about that is, not only is the payout going to my mum, this whole reason of why I wanted to become a trader was to give back to my family. And if you can find a negative little insight into this, the problem doesn't actually just lie within, you see the industry as a scam. The problem lies with the individual with a negative mindset and a negative view on the world, which I understand, because in this day and age, there are a lot of people who are in this industry who are not legit. Now, I'm not trying to say don't question the people online, nor am I saying don't question me. But what I am saying is use some fucking common sense and try and find the positivity in absolutely everything that you are trying to watch or trying to consume. In this whole series, I bought a challenge, showed every trade, showed everything. And even if there is any animosity, which there isn't, the point is you are trying to become the person you said you would be. And the most important thing out of this is it's you versus you and me versus me. This payout is mine. This payout is going to my mum, not your mum. This payout is for me and my family. This series is for me to documentate. And most importantly as well, is that we actually get so many people from the positive side saying to us, thank you for these challenges. Thank you for changing my life. From our students who are doing 32k in payouts, 400k in funding, 750k in funding. And that's what I got to focus on. Now, I would say definitely my mind's a little bit more weak, which is why these comments are annoying. However, just wanted to address it so it gives you some fire, it gives you some motivation. So, whoa, nearly broke my camera. So without further ado, let's go into the screen recording, show you week 6 of how I passed the FTMO challenge phase 1 and phase 2, and now I am max allocated again with FTMO. Let's go. So at the same time, I want to thank that guy, because then it also proves me and actually makes me show this more transparently, and it makes me think of more ways to show this even more transparently, right? Is that here are the accounts, okay? So here is the metrics numbers, here's the start date, here's the other metrics number, here's the verification account, and then here is the one that I failed, so all of this. Then if you did or you didn't know, so only failed accounts stay on C-Trader. And I want to make a joke, and it was actually quite terrible of me, but I do find myself funny because banter is real. It's like, he wouldn't know because he's never passed a fucking challenge anyway. Is that when you do pass a challenge, it does not stay on C-Trader. The statement goes away. It only keeps payout ones, and it only keeps out failed challenges. All passed in phase 1 and phase 2 comes off of the C-Trader app. So I can't show you that statement. I can only give, and to be honest, even if not, I'm literally showing you the FTMO dashboard, which is even more like, you cannot fake this. What I also have is I have this actually linked to my C trader. So TradeZilla is actually directly correlated linked. So here is 00778. If I just actually remove all of those, 0078 is the one I'm going to go through today, which is the verification one. We've got this account here, which is ending in 752. So ending in 752, which was this one I showed, and then this one was ending in 1103, so 1103 here, and then I have a few other accounts that I'm trading, well, one of the other live accounts which I'm trading, which I have linked. Okay, so I guess, to be honest, there's nothing else I can really say. I think that now is at a point where we've shared everything we can share. It's either you believe it or you don't. Now, the main things I want to go into, actually, cut that bit out, believe it or you don't. So the main thing is, let's go on to the verification. Now, like I said, this has been one of the best trading periods I have. So let's go through the statistics first. My average RR was 1.45. Now, I think that this probably could have been improved in the sense that my average RR should have been around 2 to 3. The reason why it was dropped a little bit lower, and I'll show you in a second, is that I was taking profit a lot quicker on my first position. Now, if you didn't or didn't already know, is when I take a trade, I open up 2 to 3 positions. And what that is, it just makes it a lot quicker for me to execute on an idea. So for example, I have 3 positions. If I want to close out a third straight away, if I want to cut out 50% straight away, so 2 positions, I'm able to execute very, very quickly. And plus on top of that as well, on a position where, you know, or a trade that I'm not 100% on, I'm able to engage. And then when the trade confirms, I've already got a really good entry, I'm able to add to that position or scale in. So there's dynamic risk and dynamic scaling. Now, that's probably why the average RR is a little bit lower, but overall you can see I'm risking around 1 to 1.5k per trade, and the average profit is around 2 to 3k per trade as well. We have a 61.54 win rate, which is definitely a lot higher than I normally get. Even if we go down to here, we can see my average normally from TradeZilla and all the other trading I've had in the past, I sit around 35% to 45%. I say when I'm trading well, I probably average around 45%. So 61% is very abnormal, and 61%, like I said, was just trading really off the bat. Here, obviously you can see this was a 33% win rate, but we have an average RR of 6.2, but this was because we were taking larger positions. And I said in the previous video that I was just taking these bigger positions, but I would scale back on phase 2, and I did exactly that, which shows in here. Oh wait, was it this one? No, it's not this one. It's on this one. Is that it shows that me scaling back really helps me stop looking for the larger trades, and also helps me compound these trades on a longer term basis. So profit factor is about 2.31. And the easiest way I'm going to do this is, obviously we pass all the minimum trading days. We got the account on the 10th of September, and then we passed that within, well, 4 days essentially. Now, I'm going to go through TradeZilla, and we can see each day. If you want to correlate this, it's absolutely fine. Here is the days, and here are the profits. Now, this first day was a very good day. We ended up securing pretty much 2% off the bat, actually 2.5% off the bat. Now, these are the same trades, so I'm just going to click on the larger trade first, because I secured position very quickly on this, because on phase 2, like I said, I really wanted to get rid of my mindset of looking for a bigger trade, and I just wanted to basically secure profit. Now, on this trade, if I just go into the 3 minute, and then I go on to Heiken Nashi's, where's the trade? So this trade was quite nice because, like we said on week 5, a lot of the overall trend was marked onto the downwards. So already I had my thesis from a higher time frame to make a lower low, and also to get shorts basically in confirmation with my overall higher time frame. Now, we were looking for a pattern A, which is exactly what happened here. So I was able to enter on this position, which was a retest on this support, which then became a resistance. Not only that, it became a color change, and then my entry was at 8.4, which would be around up this top here. And then I would have put a stop loss just above here. And then what I was looking for was a take profit just anywhere to kind of break these lower zones, which it already did for the day. And also, I believe that it could have came as low as all the way here. So at 13.22 was my overall target. But what I ended up doing was taking a trade just above the 20 mark so that it gave me an opportunity and a higher probability to have a better take profit. So at 29 as opposed to running to 22. Now, even though the trade did run lower, this was something I secured, and then the trade ended up being roughly about a 3.19R. But like I said, I had two positions of 75 on $800 in there. So instead of banking the whole 6K, I ended up banking just shy of it, around 5.5K, which I would much rather have. And also, like I said, just to kind of scale back my mentality to be able to kind of manage each trade better. So that's the first trade. Now let's go back onto the dashboard. Let's go on to the second day. Now the second day was beautiful, okay? This was basically trading at its finest, because what I was able to do was I was able to walk away. I didn't overtrade and I didn't make the same mistake I made previously. Now what I really liked about this trade was on the first idea, I had a buy. Now this buy was ended up being a minus just over 2R. And what I had was an idea that we're making higher highs and lower lows. On the 4 hours on a daily, it looked like it could be a reversal to make some new highs. Now fast forward to currently today, which is the 29th of September, DAX has actually made new all-time highs. So having that idea was correct, it just wasn't ready just then. And that's what we got to remember, what we kind of got to move towards. Maybe a slight bit over a risk on the position, because I put about 1.5% here as opposed to 1%, which is fine, but it is what it is in that trade, and it actually looked quite good. I just wasn't able to run it, and it did, if you look later when there was news, ended up pushing all the way up to 18,420. So the trade idea was great, just different timing. Then, even though that was the first trade, I ended up coming back into, let's just go on to that. I ended up coming back into the second trade, which became a win. And this goes to show when your RR is correct, that one win basically just takes out completely your thesis. Wait, did I put that right? Oh, I tried. No, yeah, long. Okay. And what was great is then you see I had the same idea again, but I took the trade a little bit later, and the trade worked out and ended up paying me just over 2%, and then basically paid for the day's loss. So I was looking for a continuation there. If we put this back onto the 3 minute again, turn this into Heikinashis, we can see that we had a lovely rejection onto the low side. I generally could see this making higher highs again, which is the same thesis I had in the morning, except for that I ended up hitting a stop loss. Tried again. There was a confirmation around the this time's wrong because it's UTC, but at this time here, about 5 minutes later, I ended up having a confirmation, then running all the way onto the top to 413, and then coming all the way as high as 433. Meaning that this patterning onto the upsides was beautiful. So if I just quickly go into 10 minutes, what you can also see is this beautiful wick here was just a huge stop loss hunt, trying to take people out on those buys, which is why it also gave me another opportunity and idea to try this long once more time. So a good little summary and psychology from this is to understand that the first trade may not work, but it's also down to timing. That time could just be wrong, that time may not work, and there's nothing else that we could really do about that. This is the next day. This day was quite good. I'm really happy that I stopped, but ultimately we had on the, let's just go on to, we'll go into the largest one, because this was 3 positions on the same trade. What I was looking for was a long position again, because the day before we had those longs, which I showed you just a minute ago. We had those buys yesterday, and not only did we have the buys on the previous day where it topped out at just 420, throughout the whole Asian session it pushed all the way higher, and then now it's trading around the 520 mark. So that being said, I was looking for a continuation onto the upside, which it actually did later on in the day. But again, you see me, like a lot of the times throughout this whole series, is repeating myself. So for example, on week 1, 2, 3 and 4, every trade was the same. Now right now in week 6, what I'm talking about is the same, is timing. So timing is the same, it's just the trade idea is great, the trade and the pattern and the strategy is right, it's just the timing wasn't right twice. So that being said, I ended up trying this probably 1 too many times, and you can see from here later on it did pay, and we were doing smaller positions and smaller lockouts. But regardless, really and truly, with reviewing this, I probably should have just dropped 1 on either end, and then it should have been like 3 positions or 2 positions instead of 3 tries. So that's the main review on that day. And then on the final day, we literally just had one more trade. It was very, very simple. We had buys again. So you can see a little bit of a pattern here is that we're looking for buys continuously because of the overall pattern and the overall analysis from the higher time frame to get a buy. So now that you've seen everything I've shown you is basically passing phase 1 and phase 2, the trading strategy, how to buy a challenge, how the challenge works. I've got a whole hour series. I'm actually probably going to be longer than 1 hour. It's probably going to be about 2 or 3 hours. And the payout and the whole story behind it, which I'm doing a full video too, so make sure you subscribe and then check that video when it's coming because there's a lot of jam-packed information. I'm also going to show you how I intend to pass the challenge. I'm going to show you my strategy and my mindset before even I did all of this. But I want to finalize and talk to you guys about something and something to walk away from, is that forget this challenge and forget me. It is you versus you and me versus me, right? You got to understand, right? A lot of people are getting payouts from these companies, right? And even myself, I am just one person that you're watching. There are so many people online that you can go and watch and understand and learn how they get payouts. And the most important thing is you have to be free for you. You have to be the one that feeds your family. You have to be the one that does what you say you're going to do and become that person, become that trader so you can feed your family. So be it through trading, so be it you working a full-time job and then part-time trading. But regardless, the proof is in the pudding. Now, a lot of people who do trade these prop firms do become full-time and then live that lifestyle. So you can do it. And that's the biggest motivation I can give you, is that right now, you watching this video, especially if you can feel the passion in my voice, that means this message was for you, not just from myself, from you and God's timing, but right now, make a conscious decision to do whatever it is you can do in your power to become that trader you want to be. There's no right or wrong way. Some people do it with courses, some people do it without courses, some people do it on YouTube, some people do it on their own, some people did it in a group. We have to get rid of this stigma of trading is a scam. We have to get rid of this stigma that is only possible for some people. We have to get rid of this stigma that everyone is out for themselves. You can win and bless other people. That's exactly what I've shown you in this series. It's a win-win. Why is it a win-win? Well, did an FTMO challenge. I showed you every step of the way completely transparently for free. That's a win for you guys. It was able to make me more accountable. I was able to learn a lot from myself, and I guess it makes me grow YouTube as well, which is a win for me. So this is a prime example of a win-win, and life is full of this. It doesn't have to be one person loses and one person wins. We can all win, and that's the infinite mindset. Okay, so what a journey it's been. It took me 6 weeks to get 200k funded with FTMO. Thank you for following me on this journey. There is going to be a huge video coming, and I really want you guys to help me blow that up to 100k because I'm putting a lot of effort and time into that. And more importantly, the payout is incredibly meaningful to me. I've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations this year in terms of health and my family. We've been in the hospital too many times this year. 2024 has taught me to be stronger, but gosh, with that strength came through a lot of trials and tribulations and a lot of tests. But alhamdulillah for my life right now. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this far. Remember to like, share and subscribe. And of course, we'll do a giveaway in this video. So go and check out Instagram, Twitter and Discord on how you can win a giveaway to bless you guys. And don't forget, if you're gonna want to learn from us as well, course is down below. Or if you want the free one, it's also down below. You can pick, you don't have to buy the course. It's just, I've put a lot of time and effort into the course if you want to buy it. Okay, peace out.